There are plenty of components that are manufactured in the US. I mean, generators are a good example of that. But there's almost nothing that doesn't have some subcomponent or material that isn't sourced globally. What's most impactful, it's the UPS systems, it's the EDCs that we generally bring in from outside of the US. So those are the ones that are causing us the most concern in this particular moment in time. If I think up and down the supply chain, it's the transformers for the electrical supply. It's the GPUs and the CPUs for folks that are populating the servers in our data centers as well that I would put right at the top of that criticality list.
Like, how much of these things can even be solved by finding your new suppliers? I imagine that every supplier has the same level of constraints. And maybe if you find an incumbent to the UPS market, maybe they don't have the backlog that usual suspects, the Vertivs and the Schneiders of the world have. But is there even a benefit to trying to work outside of the usual suspects from a procurement perspective?
There are things that you can do around the edges to optimize that supply chain. It is very difficult to introduce new suppliers into the space. We have done that, but on fairly rare occasions. It's a hard conversation for us to go and talk to a hyperscaler and say, don't worry, your whole system is being backed up by this brand new producer of this piece of critical equipment that's never been tested in a live environment before. How would you feel about being a guinea pig on that? That's not a winning conversation to have until you really do want to focus on those folks who are tried and true and reliable in an industry that's all about reliability and uptime. It's all about planning, working closely with our partnerships, and making those improvements where you can, but they're improvements at the edges rather than fundamental shifts, turnarounds of those supply chain constraints that we're dealing with.